Welcome again, Elaine. Today we'll be looking at international trade. If you look at your textbook, page number 4, you will find the table of content for strand number 3, lesson 4.0 to 4.4. That will be our coverage in this session. It's on page 172, right down to 176. And with that, we will be looking at the notes. I have already shared that with you on our page on international trade. We have to define international trade, list and discuss the reasons for international trade, differentiate between export and import, and the list of countries that we export and import from. Okay, 4.1, trade. Trade is the exchange of goods and services. In other words, buying and selling of goods and services. When we buy and sell, that is what we call when we trade. Trade is buying and selling of goods and services. Domestic within the country, buying and selling within the country, domestic trade. International, buying and selling with other countries outside. Okay, so those are the two words. So let us bring up a particular chart. We have three, domestic and international. In domestic, we have wholesale and retail. Okay, we buy, those are buyers and sellers. Okay, they buy and sell, they trade, and then finally go to the consumer for their consumption, buying for their own consumption. As international trade, we have importing, that's buying from overseas, and exporting, selling to overseas countries. So those are the two main items there. This one is not for yes, but it's a kind of buying from overseas and then selling it again without using. Okay, just buying, sits there in the warehouse, the airport or wharf, and then out it goes again. Re-export is another word for that. So international trade, import and export, and re-export. So that's a better word for this. Re-export means we import it and then we sell it again. Buy and then we sell it again. Some items without touching, without opening, or some we manufacture and then we sell those. But yes, re-export is a better word for it. Okay, is domestic and trade differentiation is a big thing? Yes, it can be. Just a few points over here. We see domestic in terms of communication. Sorry, in terms of communication and immediate direct effect. It's very easy to communicate within Fiji compared to Fiji with other countries. Okay, the charge, the cost of communication, overseas call, and all those costs of dealing with other buyers and sellers from overseas is a big effort. How about the law, business law? Well, within the country, domestic trade is very easy because we are just dealing with one law. It's the law of the land, the law of this country. But when we go to overseas, like there are differences. We have to be subjected to their own criteria before our goods can be sold there. So there's a lot of legal aspects that have to be taken into account. Otherwise, we are not able to do that. Okay. In terms of language, business, well, within Fiji, we have our main basic language, but when we try to have a buyer or a seller from China, Do you know how to speak Chinese? Or do you need someone else to help you out? Do you trust that person? And it's a big, like another stage of hustle that you have to go through. So international and domestic is a big difference in trade. You know, the others which you do not have to know, but that's just to be able to differentiate between international trade and domestic trade. Okay, next one. Reasons for trade. Well, there are 6 reasons given there. One, lack of resources. That is the basic reasons for the reasons why a country trade, because of the resources. Different countries are located, have different resources, meaning different material they have. In Fiji, we have what we call gold mine. We have a few resources in the ocean, and we're still hoping that we might discover some more. Okay. I just heard that they're going to open Mount Kasi again. Some are interested in opening that mine again, Mount Kasi. We have magnesium found in Navosa and some other type of stuff in Bua. We have certain resources. Now, if you look at one of these map made in regard to Africa, you'll see different countries with different resource base. Some countries they have more gold, some have got more oil, petroleum, uranium, cotton, diamond, tea, coffee. Okay, so different countries have got different resources available in their land. This is basically also why countries go to war, because of resources in the past. Yes. So different resources have got different resource base, and that's why they trade. We have to trade in order to take advantage of resources that are not available in our country, that are available in other countries. Okay. Next, to gain for some specialization. Okay. Specialization here meaning to be able to produce what your country is best in producing compared to another country. Okay. So we have the resources to produce sugar. We have the resources to produce fish because of our ocean and some other resources that we have. So the resources that we have, we make use of them and we sell it overseas. What we do not have, we get it from overseas into Fiji. Okay, so that's the trade. So we utilize our resources in a way that will help us to sell the goods that we can make at the least cost to other countries. Okay, take note, we are able to produce some items too that are not, for example, we can make cars. Okay, we get all that resources from overseas, put a factory here and make cars here, but it will be very expensive. So at the end, that vehicle that you produce will be very expensive, and it would have been better not to do it, but just buy cars from overseas that are cheaply made. So do not make anything that will be very expensive. Common sense, it's better to just buy it from overseas and don't make it. Okay, that's what we do. Just utilize the resources efficiently, effectively for goods that are able to produce at cheap place. That's a specialize. We look at certain products only. Okay, geographical location. Well, this is a very common one. If you have bought some grapes and apple, you know that it is due to geographical and climate conditions that we are not able to produce that kind of tasty grape and apple, and you have to buy it from overseas because of the location on the globe. Okay, to strengthen relationships. So that's one of ways as countries they trade with each other so that they can have a good, a strengthened relationship together. They can build a relationship with each other. That's one reason they have to trade with each other. Now, next one, to generate income through export. Okay, export, so people in Fiji exporting to other countries, they generate income. That is one of the things that people do. They generate income by producing and then export to overseas. Income that comes from overseas. Last one, to raise our standard of living. Okay, our current standard of living is the result of buying from overseas. So you see everything that I'm wearing and everything is in this room. If we take away international trade, there'll be nothing here. So everything I have right now is a result of international trade. Okay? Our standard of living have risen due to standard. That is one of the strong reasons why we have to trade international, because it increases our standard of living. Okay, next, export and import. Export means selling overseas, selling of goods and services overseas. As a result of selling, you earn foreign exchange. Whereas import is buying from overseas. So those are the two aspects of trade: buying, import, and selling, export. So do not be confused when you say what is import? It's buying. What is export? It's selling overseas. Okay. When you sell, you earn foreign exchange. When you buy from overseas, you pay through foreign exchange. Yeah? Okay, and then we have what are our major exports. That means what are the product we are exporting. So this is a list of items. We have sugar, timber, fruits, garment, gold, cover, bauxite, mineral water, copra, and coconut oil, and other products that are not in this list. And these are our imports: food, beverages, crude material, chemical, manufactured good, machinery and equipment. So I want to take you to one website, and it's the website for Fiji Bureau of Statistics. This records everything that we buy and sell. Okay, if you go to releases there, and you go to trade, and you go to merchandise. Merchandise is goods. The other one is services. So if you go to merchandise, you'll have this particular website open. It's a PDF. International Merchandise Trade Statistics. This is on June 2021 this year. So you'll see, I'll be just looking at the graph. Just look at this first paragraph. It says provisional data. This is just the provisional data. They have to confirm once all the data. Total value of goods imported. Our imports June 21 is 351.4 million. That's the amount of goods that we are buying from overseas. While the value of our export is 139. So 300 buying, selling is 139.9. So you see, we are selling less than buying. If you look at this graph, this right here, okay, the import right there, I don't know what's that, brown or orange, or okay, import is above export in blue, dark blue. Yeah. So export is lower, import is higher. When our export of goods is lower and our import of goods is higher, we call that trade deficit. Trade is buying or selling. So trade deficit. We are selling less, less income, export income, and more import expenses. So there's a deficit. Income is less than our expenses. Expenses is more than the income. Now, this one here, we look at the import. On the y-axis, you have all the list of items that, not all, some of the major items that we are importing. Okay, and then it's here. Okay, some of these are just given in the name of this concept covers a lot of product. Vegetable product reduced by 3.4.1. Do we import vegetable? Yes, hotels. Okay, it is down by 3. So all the minus, that is decreased, and all the plus, that is increasing. So we have all this product that we import. Here, mineral product, chemical, vehicle and aircraft, plastic and rubber, prepared foodstuff, textile, photographic and optical, animal, vegetable oil, footwear. So then the list goes on. The next graph here is the import of major sources. These are the name of the countries that we import from, and graphically how much. Okay, the blue was for last year. Okay, last year is less, we imported less last year. But from Australia, we imported more from Australia last year compared to this year. Maybe those are medical stuff. Or maybe that's the only plane that was flying during COVID, the one that goes to Australia. So the rest went down in 2021 and then increase in 2020. Sorry, 2020 and increase in 2021. We have China, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia, and United States. Export, these are the names of the products. Minus means it decreased, and positive is increased. Okay, so these are the name of the product and the countries. So the product and the countries. Okay, major trading partners: Australia, United States, New Zealand. You have China, and you have another one, Vanuatu. These are major exporting countries within these 2 financial years, June and 2020 and 2021. And the last one here is re-export. So these are the name of the product on the y-axis, and minus means decrease, positive number means increase. So items that have been re-exported, buying and then selling it off again. And the countries. So those are the items that, so over here you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items only, and in that list is more than 6 items. Okay. These are countries we normally trade with, but there are many more not in this list. Okay, we have activities. There's a table given here. Okay, there's a column there, 2003, 2004, 2005, and then the names of the rows, New Zealand and Japan. Okay, we've got the question here. Use the information given below and your knowledge to answer the questions. And then, what does the table show? So in this kind of question, look at the name of the table. It says extract. Extract means part of the other stuff have been taken out this week. It's part of the information only. Of annual balance of trade by 2 major partner countries from 2023. So what is the answer for that? The answer is the table shows the annual balance of trade from New Zealand and Japan from 2003 to 2005. Full stop. Roman number 1. Answer. Roman number 2. Briefly describe the trend for import from New Zealand. So we have two countries there, Japan, New Zealand. So look at New Zealand, and then it was the import. So import. First one we have 386.1. This one here. Next one is 453.0. So 3864, and then 490. So what happened to these numbers? 1, 2, 3. It has increased. Okay, going up. So that's the trend. Going up. Okay, it is increasing from 3, 4, 4. If it goes to from 3, 9, 1,000, that means it's increased steeply. Okay, a steep. This one is increasing slightly. Okay, Roman number 3. Give one reason why Fiji export goods and services to Japan. Why do we export goods and services to Japan? Well, can get the reason from here. One of the reasons could be, number 1, due to lack of resources. There are resources that we have, they don't have. That's why we have to export it to them. Okay. Or to strengthen relationship with Japan. Yeah. No, we are buying cars from Japan. So I've answered the first one for you. The rest of these activities, I leave it to you, but sometimes in the future, those answers will be up on our page. Okay, over here. Okay, so straight after this will be in that page, this video. So that is all. Notes is already shared to you. This particular notes has already been shared with you. I think, yeah, it's here. And I will make another one for this and give it to you by tomorrow. So for the time being, it's 1 o'clock midnight. So I'm producing this because I won't be able to have a class tomorrow with you. And do read this link that I've provided you. Very good to be informed, to be an informed person. You can check out those perspectives, see that anything that you're interested in. Okay, the courses that you're interested in. Okay. You will have to download this page here, that's prospectus. Okay. When you download that prospectus here, 2022, that's for next year, it will provide you information about areas of studies. Okay. I've already given you the page numbers, page 17 to page 17 here, School of Accounting, right down to School of Information Mathematics. So between page 17, you'll find a lot of information that would be very beneficial for you to make choices on what particular course that you want to do in the future. This is very reader friendly. I made for you to be able to enjoy going through these prospectuses. So a bit sidetracked. Okay, that is what I have provided for you in this. And straight after this, you'll see the link for this video on our page again. Well, I think that's enough for us. I hope to see you again in the next video will be produced tomorrow for the last topic. And thank you very much for listening. And till then, signing off. Bye.